Hello designers. In my last video, I talked about pricing and I mentioned one key point that as a fashion designer, if you keep selling to the wrong audience, they will keep pricing you down. So in this video, I will be talking about how you can reach the right audience. I mean, clients that will pay you well, pay you better. Okay, so there are things you need to work on that will take you to your right audience. The first thing we need to address is your skill level. Okay, how is your skill level? Do you know designs that are trendy? Do you know fabrics that are trendy? Okay, if you don't have a clue about these things, how will you even know how to sew them? Okay, so firstly, you need to work and upgrade your skill to match up the current trends. Okay, after you've done that, that is when you can attract high-paying customers. You don't want to be the kind of fashion designers when they bring styles to you, you don't have a clue. I mean, you don't have any idea of how it is done. So you probably look for a way to turn them down. And remember that each job you do has a way of promoting your brand. It goes a long way in announcing your brand. So you want to make sure that you are up to date. So, and that can only happen if you keep upgrading yourself. Your upgrading should be daily, weekly, monthly. It doesn't have to be yearly. Okay, so you need to know what is in vogue. You have to be on the social media to keep searching, and with that it will lead you to getting right paying clients. I mean, so that by the time they bring designs to you, you are confident to know that I have done this and I can do it. Okay, so having said that you should make sure you make your skill to match up with current pace, then we need to talk about your dressing. This is very important, designers. You need to dress up for your right audience. I mean, you don't want to be a designer that you want to attract people in their 30s or 20s and you are dressing like a woman in her 70s. So you need to dress up. I mean, when I mean dress up to match your right audience. It is often said that you will be addressed the way you dress. This saying is true. As a fashion designer, you must make sure that you have a touch of creativity on all your outfits. I mean, it cuts across to all. I mean, the ones you are making now, the ones you've made before, or some people make for you, maybe before you learn. I told my students sometimes back, I told them that now that you are learning and you know the right thing to do, I mean, you know the right way of doing things, go and revamp. I told them to go and revamp all their dresses. I mean, the dresses that designers, some tailors have made for them. You don't have excuse to wear inferior clothes just because you didn't make them. There's a way you can spice it up. Maybe the zipper was not neatly done. Maybe the collar, there's a problem with the collar, there was no interfacing on the collar, there is something. Go and revamp your dress to meet up with your present status. So there's a way you can put a touch. I mean, you can just add a stone, you can add appliques, you can add trimmings to your old clothes, so that anytime you appear as a designer. So any society, any gathering you go to, make sure you have a touch of creativity. I mean, as a fashion designer, if you get to any gathering and you are not noticeable, that means you are not doing enough. I mean, you are not doing well. You must command attention as a fashion designer. That is what makes you extraordinary, and with this it attracts extraordinary people to you. Do you get? So don't be a designer that you don't. I don't want them to know me. I don't want. You have to have a touch of excellence. I mean, a touch of creativity that will attract people to you. So I always tell people this, and I always tell my students, especially this, that whatever design, no matter how simple it is, let there be something that will call attention. So doing this, you attract high-class people to yourself. It doesn't have to be very expensive, but there's a way you have to be creative and think outside the box. All right, so having said that you should dress up for it, there's a way you can dress and you attract some set of customers, of clients to yourself. So your church gathering, your social gathering, anywhere you are going to, make sure that your dress is top notch. I mean, so because you are your first model, and whatever you put on is what people judge you that you can do. That is the reality. I have seen some designers that they make corset, they know corset, but they have never put on corset. This is not how it should be, and this is inappropriate. If you want to attract celebrities, you have to be dressing like a celebrity.